Hello, Gary. Here's the booster off of your 250 that you sent me in to test for you. These are the fittings I had to make to dovetail with my quick disconnect and your SAE here. Ordinarily I have metric fittings. So that's why I had to make a couple of adapters. Interesting, I was noting that this does not have a fill plug on the back, so that means that the vacuum diaphragm in here is rubber and is permanently lubricated. I'm assuming that's the case. Also, there is no test fitting up here. That's just depends on the version of the booster. The other versions had this would go right here, and this plug is for a test fitting. So that for this hose right here, which goes up this gauge, which is we use that to indicate full activation of the booster, but we don't have that test fitting obviously on the booster. There's two different versions of test fitting. It's not a big deal. It just means that one of the gauges up here is not going to be working. This gauge is vacuum. It's just going to read whatever my booster my vacuum pump can produce. And this gauge when in action would read the same as this gauge, but as the booster is activated, this gauge will go down to 0 to when we get full activation, but that gauge is not going to do anything. Over here we've got input and output. These two gauges are tied together, and so the input pressure is just a function of what my master cylinder can do, which is just that lever right there. So this gauge is going to go up and max out, and this gauge is going to go read final pressure. And this gauge is our input, and that's going to read whatever the booster is putting out, and these gauges are tied together, and so this one goes up and maxes out, and this one follows and reads our final output pressure. And this booster looks like it's a 2-to-1 boost ratio, but so we'll find out. First thing we're going to do is just going to pump it up and make sure our gauges are reading about the same. So input and output would be the same because we have no boost. So we're up at 350 here, 350 here, a little bit above 350 there. So we're okay. Gauges are going to work. Of my old machine, let's put it that way. So 350 to 700, so it's a little bit over 2 and a quarter, 2.5 to 1 boost ratio. Vacuum is holding steady. Check for leaks. Your main leak point's going to be here. Bleed screws are holding. You don't need to use this one for bleeding the system. Just use this top bleed screw. Put a hand over here to make sure we don't have any loss of vacuum. Run it again. Also check, you got residual vacuum inside there, so we will maybe you can hear it chuffing, which is correct, what the booster is supposed to do. So holds pressure, does not leak. best I can tell, this is a good booster. I would stick it on my car. Thank you for sending it to me.